Hey guys, it's me, Ruowen Huang. It's our daily Periscope time. Anyway, my name is Ruowen Huang. I am an author, spirit coach, and also a psychic. Today, we're gonna talk about the things you choose in your life. So today we're gonna talk about you choose your parent. As you can see, I'm actually kind of nervous on this one. The reason of that is I actually don't like this concept. I didn't like the concept, not at all. when my spirit guide first threw this concept to me, I have the hardest time to accept this, right? So it actually take really long time. Among all the concepts he can throw on me, this one is the toughest for me. So it took me probably 5 years to accept it. Take me another 5 years to understand it. But anyway, I will talk about why. In the previous earlier this week, we talked about we as a soul will have designed a blueprint, and then we set out a platform. So we reincarnate into this body. We will also choose a body. So because now we got a playwright, we got a stage, now we got a character, and then we're gonna play this life. We're gonna act it out, right? So, after choosing all that, the reason we design a blueprint for this life, just so we can fulfill our purpose of life by overcoming the test of our life, right? And then stage is where we can exercise it. And the character is where you choose your body to come to this life so you can play your role perfectly. So before you can play your role, you cannot just show up and act, right? Because you all know, if you watch a movie, if people don't give you a little background of how that character is formed, then you will have no idea why, right? So this is when you choose your parents kick in. As you all know, people who've been pregnant, when you're pregnant, you got no supermarket to go to. You can say, hey, you know what, I like that kid looks cute, can I have that one? Or someone say, hey, I want this one who is never cry at night, never do this, and things like that. We don't have that power, right? We just simply have a kids, and we don't know where they come from. We do know how they are made, but we don't know where the soul come from and things like that. So what really happened at this time is, as a soul, when you are planning your blueprint, so when you could go soul, whatever word you want to use it, you will select the best set of parents that will create two things. You only have two agenda in mind for you to seek for the parents. So not just parents, are also including the sibling you may already have or you may have in the future. So that's how we actually come to negotiate agreement with various souls to see if they can play their role while we're playing our role. So you have two intentions in mind. Those set of parents or this growing up environment is able to give you two things. One is a strength you will have for you to later on use that strength to overcome your life, right? The obstacle or test in your life. And you will have also create a weakness. It's almost something that you will believe so deeply inside that you later on have to learn overcome. So, if we plan various little tasks in life, I will have to say the one that was created by the parents is usually the hardest one and usually the core one that you have to overcome in life. So, I know that might be a little bit vague. So, in order to create a background for this body, understand you will have two things. You will have weakness and you have strength. So I know it might be kind of vague for you, so I'm going to use myself as an example. The reason I have hard time accepting people, when I say that, people, believe it or not, I was like you. When my higher spirit told me about this concept, I'm like, no, I did not. No, I did not choose my parent. No, I did not. So I try every way I can to fight against them, thinking, well, if I did choose my parent, then I must be a very dumb soul because I got no idea what I was talking about. I got no idea what I tried to achieve or things like that. So a lot of time, and where I am right now, when I suggest that to other people, people think I must have an easy life. That's why I would say things like this, like, it's a piece of cake. The truth is, no, the reason nowadays I can suggest that to you is because I've been through it and I understand how hard it is, and that's why I start to understand what it is, like why I choose my parents. So I have a pair of very interesting parents. I actually never seen them since I was born. So as every kid that you must know, since I was born, I don't know. I actually don't have memory until I was a little bit later on, about 3 or 4, 5. But basically, as far as my memory can go, I don't recall my parents. So as every kid, you probably label it as I was abandoned, right? So I living in relatives' house, and unfortunately, my relatives, because I was a sick kid, so I didn't get to go to the school all the time. So I was at home, required care most of the time. But since it's relatives' house, their emotions sometimes get frustrated with me because I cannot be like any other kids. I'm always required care or sent to emergency or things like that. So sometimes my auntie would get frustrated with me. So or the uncle would get frustrated with me, especially if my mom forget to send the money to them. Then I got physical violence. So the worst time is, one time I actually got beat up really bad, so I got blood everywhere. So the whole month I had to stand in the class just so I cannot sit on chair or touch anything. And later on in life, when my mom actually show up, she's working most of the time, right? In order to support us, she had to, do the job that required a lot of drinking. So, even though we have a parent, we don't really see her. And then she have a tendency of gamble sometimes. So I always grew with the people that we don't understand. You guys must go through that you don't understand why your parents made the decision they made, and then, behave the way they behave when you as a kid think they should know better, right? Well, my mom fall into that category. As my dad, he is really something. That's all I can say. He's really something. He's like in a totally different category or something. He is, I met him when I was a teenager, about 12 or 14 years old. That's the very first time I met my dad. When you live most of your life without having a dad, you're thinking, oh, great, I finally have a dad, right? So, this dad, you have an idea how this dad would behave and things like that. Well, my dad is nothing like that. My dad is despise woman. My dad is not afraid to tell you he despises woman, and then how woman is useless. The joke I always joke about is my dad literally tell my husband on the day of my wedding, tell my husband now since he is his son-in-law, he can have as many mistresses as possible. Or he even suggests my brother, who married his wife for 20 years, who bear him 7 daughters, that she is useless. And then he encouraged my brother to have a second wife or something. So my dad would make it very clear to you, and is not afraid to admit it to you or say it to you, even that woman is useless. So as you can see, I hate him. I hated him. I don't think I hate him now, but I hated him. So that's why when my spirit guide tell me that, I did not understand and didn't want to understand and things like that. I say, why would I do that? Because why would I choose a pair of parents that abandon me? And then when I later on find out who they are, I don't approve, or I just simply don't believe what I believe. But then my spirit guide say the same thing that I just say to you. Your parent provide 2 things for you. One is strength. One is Anyway. Anyway, they provide you with one string. One is your weakness you have to overcome. The string I get from this is I want to be strong. I want to be mentally strong. I want to be physically strong. I will never get defeated by anyone in anywhere. That's the string I get. The weakness I got from them is that nobody wants me. I was being always pushed around since I was kids. I have every quality that cannot fit into my society. I got people criticize me all the time. So, if you guys believe when I say that you choose your parent, I'm coming from a very easy background. I'm here to tell you, you guys are wrong. I knew how hard it is. That's why I can share that with you. Today, I admire the strengths I have. I'm never back down because people throw their authority on me. I'm never scared and afraid when people try to threaten me, because that made me a stronger person I am. Thanks to them, I am a strong person that I always want to be. The weakness I have, I do have to admit, I have to overcome. But as I say, sharing is difficult. People who follow my blog for a long time know how difficult it is for me. Right. It's hard for me to share with you what I know and things like that. So this is the way I choose to overcome my fear, to overcome my own task. Because I always share believing nobody wants it anyway. Why bother? But anyway, what I'm here to share with you is we so designed this life for a reason. I get it, we deal with a lot of emotion. I get it, we got a lot of life. Sometimes we just want to give up. It happened to me too, many occasions. Because it's easier to just give up. It's easier to just be nothing. But I'm here to tell you now where I am. It might be easier for you to think it's easier to give up at wherever situation you are. But we are not dumb. We don't plan this life just so we can be bashed by people. We don't choose this life so we can just be nobody. In my mind, everybody can be somebody in their own way, have their own strength, become part of this world, right? But it takes us to figure out what it is. We're not giving it up just because people say we can't. We're not giving up just because people don't agree with us or don't see what we are. So anyway, what I try to say here is, instead of have that background, make you feel so little of yourself, right? Sit back and think about it. You only choose your parent for two things. Figure out what that two thing is. You must have your strength. Figure out what your strength is, because that strength is gonna help you fight your weakness that they create for you as well. So, I thought this would never happen to me anymore. But anyway, back to my topic. You choose your parents because they are there to give this body that you choose some character. So figure out what that character is. I have mine. I'm dealing with mine. And no, I didn't just say that so I can really confuse the heck out of you. or make your life miserable. I'm sharing that with you because I knew how hard it is. But I can here guarantee you, once you figure out what that two thing is, it will all make sense. It will all make sense why you choose your parent, your sibling even, or something like that. Because they are there to help you become a better soul. So, anyway, I was really procrastinating not to talk about this, but I guess there's a reason for it. But at least now I talk about it, I get it over with. So, if you like what I'm doing, join me live in Periscope. Go to my Facebook or go to my YouTube. So bad. Or even go to my website at ruowen.com. Tomorrow we talk about something easier. Let's talk about soulmate tomorrow. So, till then, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.